If the current Chinese New Democracy activists are still not convinced, I will give you another example to illustrate. 26 years after the democracy movement in Changsha in 1920, Mao Zedong was 57 years old after the victory of World War II. The Chinese Old Political Consultative Conference was held in Chongqing. The participants of this meeting included the Kuomintang, the Communist Party, the Democratic League, the Youth Party, and non-party people, a total of 38 people. After intense discussions at the meeting on January 31, 1946, the 5 parties of the old CPPCC, including the Kuomintang and the Communist Party, compromised and reached the 12 principles of the draft constitution. The second item is that the Legislative Yuan is the highest legislative body of the country, directly elected by voters, and its powers are equal to those of the parliament of a democratic country. It shows that the Legislative Yuan is a parliament, and national members are directly elected. The third item is that the Control Yuan is the highest supervisory body of the country, elected by provincial parliaments and parliaments of ethnic autonomous regions. It shows that the personnel of the Control Yuan come from provincial parliaments. The eighth item is that the governor is elected by the people. These items are shocking enough in today's world. Moreover, with Mao Zedong's approval, the CPC agreed to the 12 principles of the draft constitution of May 5, the separation of executive, legislative, judicial and supervisory powers, and the principles of direct election and universal suffrage, and entrusted the delegation in Chongqing to formally sign and express its approval. It can be said with certainty that Mao Zedong insisted on the following 3 points during the confrontation between the Kuomintang and the Communist Party before 1949. First, the executive, legislative and judicial powers must be separated. Second, the people who hold power cannot mix power. Third, direct election and universal suffrage. National parliamentarians and provincial governors must be elected by the people. If it were put in today's time, Mr. Liu Xiaobo's Nobel Prize would have to be won by Mao Ruanji. Therefore, we should first read more books and then come out to talk about democracy of great demands. In comparison, in a realistic analysis, which is better, Liu Xiaobo's Charter 2008, or Mao Ruanji's Republican decentralization, direct election and universal suffrage? Let me make another joke. To be called a veteran of the Chinese democracy movement, there are 3 conditions. First, there must be thoughts and articles that mobilize the masses. Few words or slogans do not count. They must be written by the person himself, not compiled by a secretary. If there are people who have written books by themselves, this alone can eliminate many people. Second, there must be the behavior of organizing the masses. There are many who meet this requirement, but few can meet the first requirement. The third one is even more difficult, and the big head portrait must be printed on the currency in circulation. There are only 2 people in China who meet these 3 requirements. The first one is the founding father, Sun Yat-sen. The second one is Mao Zedong. How many people are there in the United States? There are many. Lincoln is one, with the exquisite phrases of government by the people, for the people, plus the $5 bill. Washington, Jefferson, Franklin, and Adams are qualified. What do you think? A serious topic to bring you laughter. See you next time.